Hmm. Hey, what's up? It's your boy, Life Coach Jeff, coming to you, y'all, with another episode of the Redirect, Regroup, Refocus podcast. How is everybody again on this Wednesday, baby? Woo, man. I'm tired today, but it's okay. You know, we do a lot out here. We do a lot of moving around, and that's just what we do. But we got to keep the work going, baby. So, y'all have seen the promo. Y'all know the guests who we have on already. But as always, your boy got to make a couple announcements real quick, and then we're going to move right into it. I promise y'all, I'm not going to be long-winded, baby. I swear I won't. Boom, baby. We are here at the Vibe Studios at 2075 Rush Place here at Lake Station, Indiana. It consists of Ron Reed of the VNO, what you know, myself, Jeff Rella for the Redirect, Regroup, Refocus, Smooch Wallace, baby. Who is Smooch Wallace? If you do not know Smooch Wallace, baby, please get to know him. And Mary Selena K of Rock Truth Radio. If you need your podcast produced, if you need your radio show produced, if you need help with any of these things, we got you. If y'all ain't seen the setup, man, look, if y'all need the proof is in the pudding. Y'all just come out here and check what it is. But this is what the Vibe Studio does, baby. And we also go live at events. So please check us out. And we do pay. We do charge people. Y'all need to know this because some people don't want to pay. Some black folk don't want to pay, but y'all need to pay. So I need to let y'all know that. So boom. All right. So as we head to Vibe Studios, I also need to run another promo for another event real quick, too. I'm going to go ahead and do this. And then we're going to go right into the guest.
A1 Gang and Loud Money Music Group presents Next Up Part 2. Live in concert, it's Ace the Don and the legendary queen of Chicago's hip-hop, Shauna. Yo, it's going down at the Loft in Gary, Indiana, 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. hosted by the big CEO, Megastar, and Miss Minah Brown Diva, with DJ Devin on the ones and twos. Get your early bird tickets now at megastar2414.com.
Boom, baby. Y'all heard it. Y'all need to be there because the big homie Megastar is going to be hosting this event along with our guest today. So come on, y'all. Y'all come out. Y'all support on the 20th. It's going down. Y'all heard it. And I will also play it again, too, in the middle of the show. So, all right, baby. That only took not even 3.5 minutes to get all that done. Girl, before when I used to do all this, it used to take about a good, 8-9 minutes.
Really?
Girl, I'm trying to tell you, it was bad, okay? I had so many shout-outs and so much going on. I'm glad I ain't got to run my mouth no more. But, okay. Y'all done heard me talk enough. Today, we have on the show Miss Minah on the show today. Go ahead, girl.
Hey, what's going on?
How are you?
Oh, I'm pretty good. Thank you.
That's
Thank
good.
You for having me too.
Oh, girl, you already know. Shoot, when Megastar told me that he was connected to somebody else that I should go ahead and have on and talk to him and interview and all that. We don't really do interview. We just have some conversations. Right. Yeah? That's how we roll. I said, dog, please send him my way. You know, so that's much love and respect. And I forgot to tell you this. This is your camera over here, too. Okay. So if you got a point to make or something, oh, yes.
Okay.
We going to focus in. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me do it. Boom. There it is. See, let them know. See, she going to tell y'all today. She going to tell y'all. But yes, girl, I really do. Once again, I thank you for coming on here today. And, you know, I introduce you. I'm terrible at introductions. I suck at them. I'm terrible. I don't care how much research I do. I don't care what I read. I don't even care what we talk about beforehand. I like to be quick and to the point, but go ahead, girl. Let the people know who you are and what you do.
Okay. Well, my name is Minah, but I'm most people call me Miss Minah Brown Diva. I'm pretty much so many different things. I'm pretty much in music management. I'm in media. I'm a professional hairstylist. I
Okay.
have a nonprofit organization. So basically, I do a lot of help with artists
Yeah.
and business owners with
Mhm.
exposure and elevation.
Okay.
Through radio, through different situations like platforms to get them going.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm the assistant manager for the Illinois Fleet DJs,
Okay.
Worldwide
Yeah.
Fleet. So I help. I do a lot of helping to
Okay.
people. That's what I say. I'm like the pipeline to a lot of different sources and things that people may need, no matter what
Mhm.
field it may be in. I do print work,
Okay.
administrative work. I
Mhm.
pretty much help artists and business owners get that professional side of things done so they can get more exposure in the world.
That's what's up, man. See,
Yes.
and I love it because you wear many hats, and it sounds like you are very skilled at these many hats. You know, because
yes,
and you take it seriously too.
I do.
So I just want to know, how did you get started? What was the whole starting point for all of this?
I
you?
would have to say the start comes with the foundation at home.
Yeah.
I come from a strong background in a family and then a home with my husband.
Okay.
My husband and I, may he rest in peace, Lucky Charles Baker. But I say with our home, we started out having a lot of events. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We hung out with radio personalities
Yeah.
like Tone and Shag, and
Mhm.
you know what I mean? At the time
Yeah.
when Adriana's was the hottest spot to be at. We
Yeah.
were there. We were doing events. That's where I met Shauna the first time. That's where I met Ben One many years ago. And
Okay.
this is like 2001 to
Yeah.
2006 type of situation. So
Gotcha.
it started out with us just doing events. We have a very tight bond within the city. Everybody knows us. We do a lot of stuff. But with and we started a nonprofit organization in 2014.
Okay.
Me, my husband, some of his friends from the Oakdale community.
Mhm.
We just decided that with our kids going back to school, we wanted to have like an end of the summer celebration, bring
Yeah.
the jumpy houses, bring barbecue, do all of this stuff. And we did that for the first time, games, prizes, giving away book bags. And so it just began to be so big. This past year celebrated 10 years, of
Okay.
us
That's what's up.
doing that event. So, that's
Yeah.
really big to us.
Okay.
And then as far as like music and media, I always, like I say, was connected somehow in Chicago with
Yeah.
music. I always had a love for music. But with my little raspy voice, I always wanted to do radio as well.
Okay.
And I talk a lot, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
definitely, yeah.
I've always been teased for either the raspy voice or that I talk so proper, and not I want to talk white and stuff like that, which
Really?
I never had the thought of talking white. I just always,
Okay, I got to say something about that, because you know what? I'm a suburban boy.
Yeah.
I'm a suburban boy. That's how I roll. And I agree with you. I never knew what that was talking about. We just out here just speaking the Queen's
Being
English,
ourselves.
being ourselves. There it is.
Yeah.
But go ahead. I'm sorry about that.
No, but it's so true because I went through that,
Yeah.
and I grew up in Parkway Gardens, like what most people call Old Block now.
Okay.
And what's crazy is like back then, Parkway was beautiful. I don't know, my mom, everybody grew up there. I went to
Yeah.
Catholic school. I didn't go to like the neighborhood schools. and stuff.
Okay. Got
I went to Catholic school,
Yeah.
St. Anselm's. I graduated from St. Thomas the Apostle in Hyde Park.
Okay.
And after that, and I wore dreadlocks. So I
Okay.
had locks in my hair. So I always was different. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? My mom was like I say, from Chicago Parkway, but my dad is African. He's from
Really?
Liberia. Yeah. So isn't
Interesting.
that crazy? Yes.
Wow.
So, always had the African background and
Yeah.
ties to that. And my father and my family are Muslim. So
Okay.
I grew up with my grandparents and my mom, they're Catholic. We went to
Yeah.
Catholic school, we went to church, but my dad, visit me very often, and I have family here in Chicago and
Okay.
they're Muslim. So I also had to, learn how to go to the mosque and pray, and things
Okay.
like that. So
Got you.
I grew up with a really, really, different background. Even
Yeah.
when I went straight from home to meeting my husband, he was Baptist. You know what I mean? So,
Okay. So you got a whole
through-
trifecta of things in your life
Yeah.
going on.
And it's so crazy because even at his funeral, there were all of these different entities. There
Yeah.
was the Catholic priest that came from my church to pray. There was
Okay.
the Baptist church that came to give their sermon because
Yeah.
of his family ties. And my father, they did a whole Muslim prayer over the funeral too. So it was, you know what I mean? It's just all these ties within us, you know
I
what
hear
I
you,
mean?
yeah.
Within me. So I don't know. I went to media school, and that's where really I started branching out and meeting a lot of people like within the
Okay.
industry. You know what I mean? Other than
Gotcha.
Tone and Shag and
Yeah.
Tony Schofield and people
Yeah,
like that that my
definitely.
husband knew.
Yeah.
When I went to media school, I started meeting people like Shondell
Okay.
and
Gotcha.
Lisa E.
Yeah.
She's super producer for like everybody, you know,
Okay.
AC Green,
Mhm.
things like that. I went on television shows with Val Warner and you know what I mean?
Okay,
And all
gotcha.
of these different, I went on Leon Rogers' show on the Fox News. So
Yeah.
I just was a good student. Anything I put my mind to,
Mhm.
I usually do pretty well with it.
I hear you.
So when
Yeah,
I
I could
went to
tell.
school, it was like I'm in here and I'm gonna be this top student.
Yeah.
So my first internship was at Power 92.
Okay.
I had a whole segment, a show that I did for almost a full year.
That's dope.
And it was
Okay.
only supposed to be 3 months, you know,
Okay.
that you get to do it. So I did so
Yeah.
well that I lasted about 10 and a half months on the show
Okay.
until they canceled it actually. So it was amazing. You know, I got a lot of insight. I did a lot of concerts, me and G Herbo and the DCG boys, which I still connect with these type of people now. You know
Okay,
what I
that's
mean?
what's up.
So it just it's, you know, it's been kind of a roller coaster or a ladder that I've been climbing, you know,
Yeah.
through the industry.
Definitely.
Now currently I work with Megastar. You know, you just interviewed him. I am an executive with Rise for Life Management,
Okay.
where I manage artists within the city. I also am the CEO of the Kush Girls Entertainment, which is a all ladies entertainment group that's ran by women for women.
Okay.
I like to say it's a temporary employment agency to help women with different jobs that they may be into working. If you're a security guard, if you're a hairstylist, we find different jobs for you and put you in those positions to make sure that you win.
Oh, that's dope.
You know,
Okay.
So we got
I like
Loud
that.
Money Music Group, you know, that's the music platform. Got the distribution through Rock Nation, distribution, EQ. So it's just a lot of elevation over the years, you know, just working. And like I say, all of those things, you know, have always been in me. And I always, you know, had my mind set on when I graduated in 2020.
Yeah.
I pretty much just went from there. You know, I started doing shows. I started doing concerts, my own concerts. I do comedy shows. I threw about I've done about 5 comedy shows so far. Worked with
we got to do something for real. You out here running, girl. That's what's up. I love it.
Yeah, I've worked with all of them. I've had like OJ Lamont, Lisa Laird.
Okay.
You know, just pretty much anybody you could think of in the city of Chicago that are top comedians. I've had them on some of my shows. You know,
definitely.
I've done fashion shows. Worked with a lot of fashion designers.
Yeah.
I've done showcases for artists. So I just continue to, you know, make my name throughout the city. And I also travel. I go to different states and bring opportunities to independent artists or shows and things like that. So
I feel that traveling is big.
It is. I love it.
Because a lot of, I've come to realize that a lot of artists and a lot of people who try to make it, they're so scared to branch out.
Yeah.
Because they trying to make a staple here, but what do you do once the staple is already made?
Yeah.
You know, if you
gotta branch out. You need
you go.
The whole goal in this world is to go viral. You know, I want people in Chicago. I want everybody to know who Miss Minah Brown Diva is, but I also want globally. When I go to different countries, when I go to different places, I also want them to know, oh, that's Miss Minah. What is she? You know, she's going to help us do this, even if it's humanitarian work, whatever it is. If it's through the music, like our whole goal out here should be global. You know, we want to help the masses. You know what I mean? So it starts within your city. Of course, you want to get your city on, but sometimes your city can have doubts. Sometimes your city doesn't push you like they should.
That's true.
And I'm not even gonna say hate because I don't, you know, I don't have haters, you know what I mean? It's
I know
that I know
definitely
personally that I can say this person hates me or something, you know, other than a few I really know. But you know, I mean, it's like we just don't have support. But it's not just Chicago. Every state that I go to, they say the same thing.
Yeah.
They say that nobody in their city supports them or nobody in their state supports them. And I just feel like people get stuck within the thought of what's right around you is not good enough.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, oh, you know, I don't want to go on their little show or something like that. And it's like our little show is on a platform that can give you exposure to the right person.
Come on.
You know what I mean? And help you do better. And like you said earlier, they don't want to pay for it. You know, a lot of people are broke. A lot of people just want handouts. They just want you to give them stuff. Like,
man, I got stories already. I didn't seen a lot. I didn't heard a lot. And it just, you just be like, man, come on. Like, and I'm gonna be very honest when I say this. I feel that all these investments that we do, they are minor for the greater good that we can get out of just making the connections. Proximity is everything.
Yeah.
And the thing is, all you have to do is make sure you close to somebody, build a relationship, make the connection.
Yes.
And then you go from there. Like, I'm learning. Okay, y'all, I'm learning, people, that this ain't really as hard as what you think it is. It's not as hard as what you think it is. I'm not gonna say it's easy though either.
No, it's not.
But if you put in some work behind it, and you invest in the right places, it makes sound decisions. This is why I end up with people like you on my show. You know?
Thank you. I appreciate even being here. You know what I mean? Just listening to the title, I'm like, I don't get to be interviewed too often.
Okay.
I don't get to sit back and talk about myself. I'm usually the one asking the questions.
Yeah.
I'm usually the one doing the research. So, it feels good to actually get that and get the refocus and the redirection in life. You know what I mean? Just to talk about things, because we really don't get to express everything that we're going through and our hardships. And you know what I mean? It's just happiness and successes. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's all people do. That's all
Definitely.
people see. Yeah.
So what would you say has been, since we're talking about, happiness, successes, you said that, what would you say has been your biggest struggle thus far, just going through everything to get to the process?
My biggest struggle is going to definitely always be going back to losing my husband.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because that in itself, just having to find strength in moving forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people don't understand that when you lose somebody who is like, I don't know, you're everything, you're rock, it's hard for you to pick up and keep going. But at the same time, the world keeps going.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
True.
Like,
very true.
It's your bills will continue to come. The rent is still going to be due next month. Your children, like I got 4 kids, you know what I mean?
Okay,
so my husband and I have, so it's like everything continues, Definitely. So I think that my most challenging time has, even now, 2 years past, is still challenging because I'm still learning life. You know what I'm saying? I'm still learning new. This is all new to me. I'm a new person at this point. You know what I mean? So I think that has been the challenge, is like finding myself, finding how to, not be, I don't know, so emotional, I guess, or attached to different things and go for the whole, you only live once type of mentality. You never know. Like, tomorrow I could be gone. You know what I mean? So we got to plant the seeds. We got to build the foundation. We got to do what we got to do now.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that we can live for tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
It is. Because every decision that you end up making today, a lot of people don't get this too. The steps that you make today, they set you up for the next day.
Yes.
They always do. And I feel that just a lot of people lose sight of that, and some people try to just live in the moment too much. They stay in the moment that they forget about. Like. Yeah, there you go. That you risk it, because you got to count all the costs with everything, man.
Yeah,
you got to look at everything. And for every action, there's a reaction. And for every decision, there's a consequence. And consequences don't have to be bad.
Yeah.
A consequence can be good.
Yeah, it can.
But in this world, we always focus on the negative part of it.
It's hard not to.
And that's true.
Because you see the negative more. Yeah. Like, if something positive kind of happens, you don't really dwell on it like that. But if something negative happens, you're really going to dwell on it.
Yeah.
You messed up. You got to fix this. You got to do things like that. I don't know. I think that's why most times it hurts us more if something is, because you're going to feel that more than anything. You're going to feel the void of stuff when it's not there. You know what I'm saying? So.
And you definitely have to do your best, try not to fill that void with more negativity.
I swear.
With more.
Because that's becoming quicker. I'm
trying to tell you, ain't it? Yeah, because that's the thing. Misery loves company. Right. And that doesn't always have to be in the form of a person. It could be in the form of a drink. You know what I mean? It could be in the form of just scrolling on your phone. It could be in the form of just anything out there.
Distractions.
Yes, there we go. That's the great word. Distractions. Yeah, any distraction that you have.
Yeah.
This is why the moniker is what it is on here with Redirect, Regroup, Refocus. It's shifting the mindset, self-awareness, and call to action.
Yes.
Because with those things, you look at them and at the end you formulate a plan and you stick to it.
Yeah.
So you can change and grow.
I know that's right.
You know, girl,
Yes.
that's what you do. I'm trying to tell
Yes,
people,
I like
you gonna get
it.
some. See, you gonna get some church when
Yeah.
you come on the show, people.
Period.
I be trying to tell y'all don't understand. The energy is always good in the room, and the gems be dropped.
Mhm. That's right.
Okay, I want to leave them with that pause.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they got to think about some stuff. They got to think about what you
Yeah.
said. I'm glad you
gotta
said
let
that.
him hit
Period.
it.
There
Yeah.
you go. Let it hit him a little bit. There it is. So, and also, I'm telling, like you said, your husband passed away 2 years ago, right?
Yep. Mhm.
And what did you find yourself? Did you bury yourself in work? Were you trying to fill that void with work?
Not at first. At first, I
Okay.
kind of shut myself away from everything,
Okay.
and my only focus was my kids. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Like
Yeah.
we have older children, now the college graduate, 23 years old,
Okay.
Mira, 20-year-old Simone, 18-year-old Mario, 11-year-old Noah. So,
Okay.
and he was a little one. So I feel
Yeah.
like my first focus was
Mhm.
to try to protect them as much as I could.
Okay.
And then, but like I say, I shut down for a while. It took me a minute to really come out. I didn't want to go to work. I didn't
Okay.
want to be on the radio.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go to what I called happy places. I
Okay.
felt like
Gotcha.
if I went to a happy place, it wasn't that I wouldn't, be able to be happy. It was that I felt like my sadness would bring other people down. And I felt like anytime I walked into a room, it would always be, everyone would be so sad for me that I would change their energy.
Okay.
You know
I
what I
feel
mean?
what you're
Because
saying. Yeah.
as soon as I come in, they're automatically like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And
Yeah.
and it's like I didn't know how to take that. I didn't know how I would react to that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's hard to kind of feel that it's still now like you just don't know. So no, I didn't get counseling. So I'm probably went
Okay.
crazy, came back again, crazy
Okay.
again. You know what I mean?
Hey, I hear what you're saying because it is.
'Cause I
It's
didn't.
because these things can be a roller coaster of emotions. I know when I go through certain things, what I tend to do is like, okay, you named all them religions. You know what I mean? You named all the denominations, but I was raised Baptist, but now I'm non-denominational. So I have the mentality that we follow all the same God. You know what I mean? To an extent, to a point, the belief is different, but at the top, it's still the same head.
Yes.
It's still the same head, 100%. So I just tend to focus on that type of piece. And sometimes it's hard, because you literally have to train your mind.
You do.
You have to train and see because I say this stuff on the show all the time to people. And some people might just be looking at me like, "Oh, well, Life Coach Jeff, you think it's so easy." No, I don't believe it's easy at all. Sister girl, this took like 20 years.
Now what I'm saying, yeah.
It took like 20 years. I'm talking about starting when I was 10 years old up until now and still growing.
Yes.
So that's what I tend to do. I might take a scripture, or I might take something because it's very much so power in those words.
Yes.
And I think sometimes we forget about that part because, a lot of times when we say we believe, right? It's one thing to recite it, but it's one thing when it runs really believe it. And when it runs through you, it's more of a lifestyle change. And when I say lifestyle change, people, I'm not preaching to nobody, and I'm not trying to tell you that you need to be perfect, because I feel a lot of times too, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to step off too much, but I feel that at times we try to be so perfect when we're told and we know that the book says that we not going to be perfect.
Exactly.
That we going to mess up. We have to accept when we mess up, but not dwell in the mess up.
That's a fact.
That's what it say. So a lot of times you get people, they just chasing their own tail.
That's all.
So it's acceptance, girl. And do you feel that with everything that has happened thus far, and even when you look at the point to where you at now with the success, because you're still growing with your successes, I feel
Thank
we
God.
never, there you go, thank God, because we never reached, I feel that we never really reached the top.
Oh, no. I feel like we always chasing for it.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely one of those people that I call myself a sponge. I'm always learning. Like I never feel like I know everything.
Yeah.
no matter what the situation is. I
Mhm.
always feel like it's somebody that can teach me something. You know what I
Definitely,
mean?
definitely.
Younger, older.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of people that feel like if somebody, let's say you've been in the business for 30 years and somebody's
Mhm.
just learning 2 years and they say, you don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing this for 30 years. It's like, nah, they might be 2 years in, but they're in a new generation.
Come on.
You know what I
Facts.
mean? It's a lot of new learning that, you know what I'm saying, that people are taking in. You can never feel like you know everything or more than the next. So I don't mind taking in knowledge. I
Mhm.
learn something every day. You know,
Definitely.
even talking to you, like I'm listening, I'm hearing, and I'm not like the biggest religious person. I'm not looking for the quotes or going to memorize them. But when people send
Exactly.
them to me,
Yeah.
it usually touches me. You know what I
There
mean?
you
So
go.
I was gonna say, send me some when you're thinking about
Oh
it.
yeah, I
You know
hear
what
you,
I
girl.
mean?
Yeah.
I love that
Yeah.
because it resonates in me
Yeah.
when I get them. And then I
Mhm.
can remember that and say, oh yeah, somebody just sent me this and this and the other. Because my girlfriend, Kendris, who I work in her salon and I
Okay.
work for her husband, who
Yeah.
he's a chef,
Mhm.
almost typical. They had their wedding vows, their 10-year wedding just recently, and
Okay.
it was really deep. But they had a card that had First Corinthians
Mhm.
poem on it. So now that's gonna make me remember that, and it made me look it up, and it's on my phone now. You
There
know
you
what I
go.
mean? So stuff like
Yeah.
that. If you teaching me, if you sending it to
Yeah.
me, then I accept it. But you
Yeah.
know, through everything, I am happy. You know what I mean?
That's
I go
good.
through my
That's good.
sadness. Of course, I don't
Yeah.
know how long, like people say, grief goes for a long time,
Yes.
but I live, you know what I mean? And I'm very, very thankful to God. I'm thankful for my angel, my husband, my mom, who are looking over me, you know what I mean? And I feel like guiding me every day
Mhm.
because it's a blessing to be able to do the work that I do. You know what
Yes,
I mean?
definitely.
I have a lot
Definitely.
of fun.
Yeah.
I write celebrity, you know what I mean? Like just like even last night,
Yeah.
we're in these situations like I'm at celebrity events, I host events,
Yep.
I'm doing interviews.
Mhm.
Most of the stuff, like I say, is fun, but it's hard work at the same time.
Yes.
I get to travel, you know, the world.
Mhm.
I get to connect with politicians and artists and just
Yeah.
all of these different fields. And I'm blessed that I'm able to do that. You know
That's
what I
what's up.
mean?
That's
So
dope.
as long as you know my breath is still going, I feel like me leaving my legacy of being the media queen, you know what I mean, the
I like that.
music management lady who does all of these things, who the people know
Yeah.
when I need some work done and when I need all of these things, I know
Mhm.
where I can trust, I know where
Yeah.
I can go, where I'm going to get some
Definitely.
stuff done that's going to be right, that's going to be truthful, that's going to be, you know what I mean, like
Yes.
I don't know, my name is Amina means honest and trustworthy in Swahili.
Okay.
When
You
I
better
was
go ahead
young,
with the meaning.
yeah,
That's what I'm
when
talking
I was
about.
growing up, like my dad, like I say, is
Yeah.
African, so everything is
Yeah.
about knowledge and learning,
Okay.
knowing where your heritage comes
Definitely.
from, knowing
Definitely.
what your name means, knowing your mathematics, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, and just all of this structure in life. So
Mhm.
I think that with all of these different ways that I was instilled with, it just makes me move the way I move. You know what I
That's
mean?
what's up.
So I'm different now. I would say I'm real stern, you know.
Okay.
I'm pretty stern. I
Okay.
don't like take no mess. I don't play games. People know that I don't,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I go out all the time. I'm out every weekend, maybe Thursday through Sunday every weekend.
Girl, you a
doing
good one.
stuff. Yeah. Whew, but
Girl, I'm trying to
Trying
get
to
there.
get like
I
me.
talked to my manager about this. I say these times, these dates,
Yes.
the length of time that the events run. I still don't understand the time. I don't understand event that starts from 9 and end at 3.
Ooh,
We worked it, but I just, I just
yes.
look at it and I say, sometimes people got stuff to do, but they be out though.
Man, our
They come
calendar
out.
sometimes September had September the 6th,
Yeah.
the 7th, the 9th, the 13th, the 14th, the 20th, the 27th. Like it's like
Yeah.
back to back to back. You know what I
Definitely.
mean? But you have to stay busy. You have to stay
Okay.
consistent.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it is going to be down times. I feel like everything that we do is really commission based. If you're not working, you're not
Ooh,
making money.
yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
And just like we're doing hair, I do hair professionally. You might have some good weeks, you may have some bad weeks.
Facts.
I may have 15 clients this week, and next week I might have 3.
Mhm.
So you learn how to balance out things. You learn how to balance your schedule. You learn
Yeah.
how to balance your paychecks. Your
Facts.
your
Yeah.
bank account.
Yeah.
So A lot of that stuff is just important to it, making sure you focus. Like I have a lot of things that I worry about outside of the music industry. Like I say, I got home to take care of. I got car notes, I got insurance, I got college students, I got, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bills to pay and cell phones and things like that. So I just try to stay focused. And that's the biggest main thing. So,
but I want to tell you, just with how you articulate and everything, how you talking about everything, girl, you're doing a good job. It sounds like to me from this end, you're doing a good job.
Thank you.
So I'm gonna just be honest with that because shoot, over here on this side, I'm like I said, I'm trying to learn all this stuff. Your boy get overwhelmed real quick, and I just be like, all right, look, let me just take a pause. Let me get back in my back cave, lean back one good one, reset, and then just get back at it. But yeah, because my whole goal is to make this full time. I see that through you and everything that you just saying, because that's what it takes to make it full time. That's what it takes to make it so you can receive a paycheck and a steady paycheck at that.
That's right.
With it, you got to be consistent and you got to stay at it.
Yeah, like they say, late nights and early mornings. You know what I mean? Getting in at 2-3 from a Saturday night, and then look at us today.
Yeah,
like you say, having to come in and do something by 10, 11 a.m.
Yeah,
the next day it is and I wake up Monday through Friday at 6:30 a.m.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Just getting this little one to school, going straight into. I didn't even speak about that. I do parent advocacy. I work with, the school system and things of that sort. So it's like a constant move. The shows during the week, radio shows that you have to do, go home, cook dinners, then back to an event, maybe a studio session or a photo shoot for an artist. Same day on a Wednesday or something like that. You know what I mean? So like I said, you just learn to balance it out. You'll see. You just got to. If that's the passion, you know what I'm saying? You really, like you say, you've been putting this together for 20 years or so, you're gonna accept it. You just gotta find when you can get more rest. That's all.
Definitely.
Like I just can go without a lot of rest. I can do 3 or 4 hours of sleep, maybe once or twice a week, as long as I can get 6 or 7 hours of sleep on another day.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I feel you on
nights that I might not get 6 hours of sleep. I know I'm not gonna get 8 hours.
Oh yeah, girl.
6 hours.
8 hours is out the question.
Man, come on,
that's
now.
out the
Who's
question.
Getting 8 hours of
I don't
sleep?
think nobody is.
I don't, other than kids. Like
other than kids
are the only ones that I think are getting 8 or more hours. Other than that, as an adult, 5 or 6 hours per night is about all. 3, 4 definitely. When it's like a busy time.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
That's just average. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Well, all right, y'all. We're gonna take this quick break. Man, this is a good conversation we having here, y'all. I keep telling y'all, man. See, on this podcast and on my shows, you get good nuggets. We talk about things. But that's why I love the podcast. So that way we can just dive a little bit deeper into things. It's great. It's a good thing. So all right, y'all. We're gonna take the real short break again. I'm gonna remind y'all where we at. Make a couple more announcements, and then we will be back to talk about more. Hey, y'all, it's your boy, Life Coach Jeff, coming back to you again. And we are on the Redirect, Regroup, Refocus podcast. I told y'all we was going to take a real quick, brief break. I said this to y'all. I told y'all this. So I got to remind y'all where we at again. Boom, baby. We at the Vibe Studios at 2075 Rush Place in Lake Station, Indiana, baby. Because this is what we do. If you need help producing your podcast or your radio show, this is what we do here at the Vibe Studios. It consists of Ryan Reed of the VNO, myself, Jeff Reller for the Redirect, Regroup, Refocus, Smooch Wallace. Who is Smooch Wallace, baby? If you don't know Smooch Wallace, please get to know him, and Mary Selena K of Rock Truth Radio, baby. We are the Vibe. So tap in. And like I said earlier, we do charge. So y'all do have to pay. We do have a new show coming through the studio on November 1st. with Dr. James Adams. It is going to be a good one. It's going to be a treat for y'all. So y'all please tune into that because that is going to be a great one. And what else we got? Oh, let's go ahead. Let's run this other promo real quick so y'all can see what else we got coming through the pipeline. Because when October comes, I'm going to have some guests, repeated guests running through for this award show that we have coming up. So y'all check this out. That was the wrong promo. See, this is okay. See, this is what happens when you do like live shows like this. Yeah. You know, this is what happens. You might click a button, or in this case, you might not even have the no, I got it. I thought I didn't have it. Girl, I really thought I didn't have it, but I got it. See, this is that. See, this is that time. This is what we talking about. That's what this is. So prior to that, I'm gonna run this promo. I'm gonna run 2 of them, and then we gonna be back here again.
Chicago in Northwest Indiana. Get ready for an epic night to remember. We are honoring the past and awarding the future. The Distinguished Authors Guild presents its 5th annual Literary Award Show and VIP Gala. Sunday, November 10th at Theater 47, 350 Victory Drive in Park Forest, Illinois. Proceeds from ticket sales go towards scholarships for first-year creative writing college students. This is a black tie event. Purchase your tickets now at eventbrite.com, keyword Distinguished Authors Guild. For more information, call 219-742-4305. That's 219-742-4305. And remember, everything that glitters is gold.
A1 Gang and Loud Money Music Group presents Next Up Part 2. Live in concert, it's Ace the Don and the legendary queen of Chicago's hip-hop, Shauna. Yo, it's going down at the Loft in Gary, Indiana, 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. hosted by the big CEO, Megastar, and Miss Minah Brown Diva, with DJ Devin on the ones and twos. Get your early bird tickets now at megastar2414.com. A1 Gang and Loud Money Music Group presents Next Up Part 2. Live in concert, it's Ace the Don and the legendary queen of Chicago's hip-hop, Shauna. Yo, it's going down at the Loft in Gary, Indiana, 10 p.m. to 3 a.m. hosted by the big CEO, Megastar, and Miss Minah Brown Diva, with DJ Devin on the ones and twos. Get your early bird tickets now at megastar2414.com.
All right, y'all, we are back. Oh, man, we are with Miss Minah Brown now. Girl, I'm trying to tell you, this is great.
I'm having a great time.
Yes, that is good because this is something I definitely needed. I just needed to I have guests that do come on, and don't get me wrong, we do talk, but this is just real good conversation that we are having, and sometimes that's needed. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You gotta have some good conversation in the mix sometimes, and also this is also being a blessing to the people out there too, because again, you keep saying things that's just it's letting people know about overcoming too, But we have talked about the overcoming, but girl, let's talk about this, the upside to it. Okay. The upside to it. We every time we go through pain, there's always the light at the end.
Yes.
So what has become your light at the end that's still there? Because that light's still gonna be there. It's not even really the end.
Yeah.
It's just a continuous light. So what is your continuous light through all of this?
My light, I guess, is my successes that I'm going through now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, I love the work that I do.
Yeah.
I do a lot of parent advocacy. I speak for the parents throughout the city and schools, helping them to do more parent engagement.
How did you get into that?
I pretty much, my husband, I always been into making sure we was there for our kids.
Yeah.
Going to what they call the PTA meetings or the parent advisory council meetings, making sure we went to field trips, all of that stuff.
Okay.
So with that, I started going to the meetings, of course, at the school. After many years of just being supportive within the school, I was appointed as the chairman the chairperson for the Parent Advisory Council. So I've been that for 5 years straight at Burnside Scholastic Academy. This will go into my 6th year if I'm appointed into office in October next month.
There you go.
So of course I'll be running for that. But you know, just working, doing that. And like I say, my nonprofit organization, I'm always looking to help families. That's what I like to do. Around Christmas, giving away Christmas gifts and toys. I always enjoy doing like Christmas stockings and hats and stuff for the holidays.
Yeah, definitely.
So my kids, I always would want to have a friend over to do it with them. So it would end up us renting out a room at the park district, and 30 kids end up coming, and everybody's doing hats and arts and crafts. So I just start doing stuff like that. And then when I tell people bring your kids, I would give them the stockings and have everything there for them to do it. And then with the back to school event, just having like Jesse White tumblers come out to perform. I've had Taurus Hoagies, Karen Subs, like all these different companies to give food and help with giving back. I'm talking 400 or 500 book bags filled with school supplies,
now that's dope.
Gift cards, performances, highlighting youth DJs, youth artists. So with a lot of that stuff, I just always been that parent that, you know what I mean? Everybody always like, you guys are such perfect parents, and you just, and it's like nobody is a perfect parent.
Exactly.
The kids would get in trouble too. You know what I mean? But we just always were like into that. So now I work with a agency called District Outreach Industries. And with this industry, we basically are helping parents to become teachers. Basically, we're helping parents to make that connection between the teachers, the districts, the communities, and not only just be an assistant within the classroom, but actually take courses, the professional development to become staff, real teachers. Like the program last year, this year has 152 parents that started last year that are actually teachers, and working in the class. So I basically do recruitment. I go out and I talk to the parents at different schools, see who has time to actually, take these courses and take this development to become better engaged. My whole thought has always been, if we're happy as parents and we are able to pass that happiness and that energy down to our kids. When we're stressed out and we're mad, we put that energy onto them. So
you ain't lying.
So we try to bring programs like yoga and meditation for parents, cooking classes, instructional classes. I've done boot camps and workout classes, instructors just to get parents involved. But you'd be surprised, Jeff, there's not a lot of parents that get involved with the schools. No.
Because girl, you listed off your resume about these parents and how involved you are with the kids. It is awesome.
It's really good, but you can still, if I have a school that has, let's say, 400 or 500 students, you should at least be able to get 100 parents into the meetings once a month. You need to do this type of stuff for the school, and you may only get 20, 30 parents.
Really?
Some of our Hispanic areas, they are there. You know what I mean? They are there even more than the Caucasian areas. Like you can see the statistics and the numbers and stuff. So it's like in our African American communities, we're not stepping up and getting into those schools. It's a lot of them. You know what I mean? That are not. We need to do more parent advocacy. So that's pretty much how I got into that. Just trying to help out within the communities to help parents to make their kids do better in school. You know, I really feel like we should have the connection back where the teachers cannot, I wouldn't say whoop a kid, but like scold the kids. Parents
just more disciplinary.
More disciplinary. And I saw a joke that said teachers should have body cams on them like the police, you know what I mean, in school. And I'm like, it shouldn't be body cams, but there should be classroom cameras. Because half the time these parents' kids are out of control.
They do. They be wilding out.
They be wilding out. And when you see the videos, some of the teachers have to stand their ground and stuff like that. But no, they need to be able to see when they are having instructional time and doing stuff that some of these kids are out of control. And then I also believe that they can't blame it on the parents all the time.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can raise your kids super good.
That's true.
Have the best of values. They can't do certain things at home, and then they go out and grab a gun and shoot somebody.
That's
and
true.
Then they're like, oh, the parents. Nah, parents been taking care of these kids. Parents been working. This boy got a nice bedroom.
Come
been
on.
doing all types. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
definitely.
it's the choice of the kid. You know what I mean? And the
Definitely.
child. And of course, you can teach them everything you want. You can tell them everything to do right, and they still may try
Yeah.
other things. So it's just
Yeah,
it's just how
definitely.
life goes. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So I thank God for my good kids. You know what I mean? Because
Trying to tell you. And I want to tell
they
I
all
love
pretty
how
good.
I love how everything you do comes from the home.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna give you the best example of this. The Proverbs. What is that 31 woman? Is that what that is? Or 30, it's the woman in Proverbs. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I just again, we are tired people. We ain't gonna get it correct all the time. But I think it's Proverbs 31 woman.
Mhm.
Because she was she everything came out. It started in the home and it came like out of that.
Like, yeah.
It came to life from that. Or everything she did, she brought those values back into the home to help feed her family.
Mhm.
And I definitely see that exuding through you because it's your structure, it's how you talk about it, and it's how it's pushed out.
Oh, thank you.
That's what I'm paying attention to.
Okay.
That's why I'm able to use that as an example for you. And people, I can't do that for everybody.
Right.
Once again, this is the conversation we having. This is the way that it's going. So if you feel that that's you, had a conversation.
Mhm.
I'm just letting you know. Had a conversation. Maybe
Let's
it's
see.
let's see. Exactly. Maybe it's some stuff you need to switch around. I can say this stuff because I'm the life coach. I just throw around the accountability. So they can come at me. I don't care what they say.
Right. You like, I'll take the smoke.
Exactly. Girl, I take all the smoke. I do not care. And if you want to sit in the chair, we can talk about the smoke.
Look, I do not want the smoke. Y'all can have it. I want keep the smoke. I'm just trying to keep it clear over here.
I hear you. It's all right. Just move the fan over here. I got it all. Just put it over here. I got you.
You sound like Megan Stein. You be like, I'm taking all the smoke.
Yeah,
Okay.
all of it. So, but yes, but that I'm telling you, I just love the way that you exude all of that. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. And I'm just like, wow. Because as I'm serious, because as I'm listening to you talk, I'm processing all of this. And that's why it's really resonated with me, because you just don't find a lot of people out here who take those home values and push them out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, definitely. We don't see that too much. And
no,
I try to say I'm old school. You know what I mean? I'm new school because, I like to keep up with the technology. I like to dress, with the younger style or whatever. But I got old school values in me. You know what I'm saying? I was raised where you respect your older, your elders.
Exactly.
Grandma was in the household and all of that stuff. And I think that a lot of people, they just don't value that. You know what I mean? They don't have respect. They don't value true love. They don't, we in a world that like people just do what they do. You know what I mean? And they don't care about no consequences or none of that. So yeah, they don't. So you got to be careful of that, because you don't want to get pulled into it.
Exactly.
But, so you got to hold true to yourself, which it's not a hard thing. It's just watching it, be like, wow.
I know, ain't it?
What's happening out here in the world?
Girl. I'd be confused. I'd be like, okay.
Like, really?
You ain't my child though. Because and like I said, I just love how you're just so immersed into that. And what is the name of your organization, your nonprofit?
Next Generation Youth Organization.
Okay, and what is the main mission of that?
The main mission is to bring charitable work to our underprivileged communities and families.
Okay,
helping out where we can to assist with making life easier for them.
Okay,
where we can give food, school supplies, Christmas gifts to family, coats and winter hats. Just helping families that really need that assistance.
Okay, definitely. I had to ask you that because you mentioned it, but I don't think you said the name.
Oh, okay.
So
no, I don't think I did.
Yeah, I had to definitely make sure they knew that.
Yes, NYGO, Next Generation Youth Organization.
Okay, definitely. Yes. Now, what were we gonna say? We gonna say something?
No, that was it.
Okay, there you go. Okay, now with the successes that you've done in with the community. Okay. Now to couple that with the artist side, and I figure this will be good to end off on that because we got a few more minutes left. Okay. So to couple with that on the artist side, I just see how everything is commingling. It kind of meshes in together with how you move. At least that's how I see it.
I feel like it does.
Okay. Okay. How is all of that helping the artist, everything that you do, how you helping the artist, because we stemmed on the community.
Yes.
Let's talk about how you helping the artist.
Oh, I love it. So what I feel like I do is I give artists a platform.
Yeah.
I give them several platforms to
Mhm.
get exposure.
Okay.
Like I say, I'm the assistant manager for the Worldwide Fleet DJs.
Yeah.
We do what you call is break records. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
break records, girl, you say
Yes, we
that.
break records.
All right.
Not only for independent artists, but for mainstream artists as well. We broke records for Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, like so many different artists. So when you
Yeah.
have platforms like that not only break records through giving your music to a DJ coalition of hundreds of DJs,
Yeah.
which gives your music the opportunity to be in the club, on the radio, within households. Like it's so many different entities to it.
Yeah.
Also, the Fleet DJs have a radio network.
Mhm.
It's over 100 radio stations on the Fleet Radio Network in every state. That means
Wow.
connections and getting your music on the radio in New York, in Philadelphia, in LA, stuff like that. We also, there's the Fleet Mag. There's a magazine that does publication, does video publications and campaigns. Like it's so many different things under the umbrella of the Fleet DJs.
Yeah.
That platform by itself just gives so many opportunities to artists.
Okay.
Then, like I say, working with Loud Money Music Group,
Yeah.
Rise for Life Management, what we do is marketing and promotion. We give
Definitely.
independent artists mainstream opportunities.
Okay.
That includes FM radio spins, college radio, terrestrial radio,
Okay.
XM radio,
Yeah.
whatever you're trying to get your music in on radio in some type of way. We have that connection to put the radio, to get you some type of
Gotcha.
spin package or something to get your music playing.
Okay. Now is that a local thing, or does that branch out in other
No,
cities,
that's
states?
worldwide.
That's worldwide.
Yes.
Okay,
When I say
worldwide. That's what's
FM,
up.
I'm not talking about just Chicago. I'm
Yes.
talking about all these cities. I'm talking about Thailand. I'm talking about
Yes.
worldwide.
Got you.
We do demographic checks. Like we definitely send the music out depending on how many playlists or spin packages you go with. Your music is put out to 5 different cities. You know what I mean?
That's
with
dope.
your radio, and then you also get the analytics. We are connected with digital tracking report.
Okay.
So every week you are given an email that shows you where your song played,
Okay.
what city, how many times it was
Got
played.
you.
And that's how we help artists to get paid bookings, because let's
Ooh,
say
okay,
you do an
okay.
8-week spin and your song has been going crazy in Houston.
Yeah.
That means it's time for you to reach out to those promoters in Houston to say, hey, that single that's just been playing on such and such, well, they're coming to your city. Now you're working on them paying you for bookings, paying you to come to their club, paying you
Okay.
for walkthroughs, paying you to headline on some of their concerts that they may be having that weekend.
Gotcha.
So yeah, analytics are really big. You want the paperwork, you want the contracts.
Okay.
Other than that, I do like blog placements, press
Yeah.
release, just all of these different ways to get the artist's music out there.
Yeah.
I write for not only the Fleet magazine, but also celebrityhiphop.com.
I saw that. Yeah, that's dope. I saw that.
Yes.
That's dope.
Yes, we do articles for hip hop since 1987. This is 50. We book artists to do label meetings.
Okay.
All type of stuff. You want to go to the Breakfast Club? You want to be on like
I
all
do.
these different entities?
I do.
Yes,
Jesus. Let's get it.
off the porch. All of these different things. You
Yeah.
can come to us. Distribution for
Okay.
your music. It's like a lot of people don't understand. There's been like this whole big thing about Rock Nation connected with EQ, and a lot
Yeah.
of people talking mess. It's
Mhm.
not nothing. Well, I think a lot of people just really confused. Like everybody. I
Oh, the
don't know,
process.
Yeah, or like
Yeah.
some people were saying like they thought that they were signed to Rock Nation or something like that, but it's like it's the same thing. We went to New York and we got the distribution deal months ago before they did the merge. And what it is a distribution is just the release of your music. Like the same
Okay.
thing if artists
Yeah.
are using DistroKid and
Yeah.
United Masters, it's the same thing if they switch over and release their music to Rock Nation distribution. It's still, you have to market the music. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It's like you release your music, you put it out there, it's out there. Now, what are you going to do with it?
Exactly.
A lot of people don't have their registrations properly. They don't have all the paperwork for their music. If I can't even, I can play your song on the radio. I can send your song to all these different people and play it.
Yeah.
But don't you want to be paid for it? Don't you want to,
Want the residuals.
monetize off of your stream? So that means you need codes. That means you need registrations.
Yeah.
That means you need a budget. You know what I mean?
Ooh, girl, you better say that. Because Megastar was talking about that budget.
Yes.
He was saying to do that campaign. It's gonna cost.
True.
It's
It
true.
does. It doesn't matter. Like if you want to spend 300 or 3,000,
Yeah.
you have to put something into your music. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying?
I
Or
agree.
else, yeah, of course, you can just put it on your Facebook and your friends will share it, but that's not gonna make it to the masses that you need it to. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? You got to
Yeah.
put some work in.
Come on. Yes.
Like this reels out here on social media
Yeah.
where you see artists talking about
Mhm.
how they have funded themselves and how much money it takes to be an artist.
Yeah.
Like you have to do that. But like you said, we get a lot of people that look for handouts. And I, for a
True.
long time when I was early in the game, I did a lot of free work. Like
Mhm.
I did a lot of putting people on
Sound like some game you about to put. Let me put that camera on. You about to get some game.
Like I've done a lot of stuff. I've let people undervalue the work, or
Yeah.
you know what I mean, say, oh, let me do this, or even lie to you, pay you later, all that stuff. And I just
Mhm.
I lived, I learned, and I don't regret that. You know,
Definitely.
I've hosted people's events, didn't get paid, all type of stuff,
Mhm.
but it just wouldn't happen now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Definitely.
It's like when you get people who don't want to pay for stuff or they feel like it's too much, you just move on. It's
Yeah.
like it's just not for you. And I'm not mad. I don't care.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I'm not even the type, like I know Megan, he gets upset and we two different type of people. Like, you know, I don't want to show proof of that. Like if
Yeah.
people are like, well, can you show me the work you do for this? Like, what do we need to show you? Here's our stuff. This is the website. This is all the artists we've helped. This is this. Like, what are we explaining?
Exactly.
If it needs to be that much explained, like I tell them sometimes we do. I don't mind. Some people, I'm the nice one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will sit down with you. I will explain what's going on. But sometimes people will waste your time. You
That's
know what
true.
I mean? And who has time for that? So
That's
we're at
true.
the point where it's like, we don't have time to waste. I'm
That's
too
true.
busy within a day.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know what I
definitely.
mean? Within one day, I'm too busy to waste even 1 hour with an artist that's gonna bullshit me on the time, or excuse my language.
You good? It ain't the radio. It's the podcast.
That an artist is going to play around with it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? It's like, this is what I do. If you
Yes.
need the services, you pay for it. I'm gonna deliver it. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And you're
Yep.
gonna have all the proof and everything you need. And the reason why
Mhm.
I do this is because repeat business is like the most important
Come
to
on.
me.
Yes,
I don't
ma'am.
want you to pay me one time. I want you to pay me every month.
Exactly.
I want you to tell a friend. I want when your
Come on.
music and stuff is going crazy and somebody say, dang, Joe, I seen your song been going crazy. Who
Exactly.
did this?
Uh-huh.
Oh, Miss Minah over there, Rise for Life Management. That's what I want. I don't need
Facts.
nobody having nothing to say or didn't get their services. No, I want to provide everything. And I
Yeah.
want everything you paid for. I want you to see it done. You know what I
Definitely.
mean? So
Oh, yeah.
that's how we move. That's how we
Facts.
keep a lot of mess out of it, because it's like expectations and obligations. If this,
Yeah.
what do you expect of me? I'm gonna deliver it.
Facts.
You know, this is what I expect of you.
Mhm.
Now deliver it for me. You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean? It's like give and take. So
Definitely.
that's where I'm pretty much at in business. You
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
like either we working or we not. Like I say, I'm
Facts.
pretty stern at this point now.
Yeah.
Because I am set. I'm kind of, in a position
Yes.
where I know the worth, I know the value, I know what I do. I help artists so much. I do a lot of behind
Yeah.
the scenes stuff with their registration, pushing their music, getting bookings for them.
Mhm.
Like all of these different artists that I work for right now. I would say Jay Menace, Lyrical,
Yeah.
Ace the Don, like all of these artists, Lachey J, we are really, really pushing the envelope of what they have going on and pushing
Yeah.
them to the next level. So I enjoy working,
Definitely.
with them and
Yeah.
helping artists. So what I do to help is to give artists what they need, even artists that
Yeah.
are under like my management. I
Okay.
tell them sometimes, what do you want to do? And
Okay.
when they tell me, well, I've been thinking about acting and I've been thinking about getting into movies. Oh, okay. Now I'm going to start sending you bookings for castings and extras and stuff like that. Now you get
Okay.
a couple emails where, this person is doing a film. Maybe they send your
There you go.
headshot in. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Another artist say, I want to do brand ambassador. I want to do modeling. Oh, okay. I got this boutique. They're looking for male models.
There you go.
Let me send you this information.
Yeah.
Like whatever I tell them all the time, what do you need? I'm here to
Mhm.
help you. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
You pay me monthly to manage you. I'm going to manage you for sure.
Yeah.
Help you and show you where to spend your money. Make sure that you're getting it back, but also always elevating, always
Facts.
working, staying consistent.
Yeah.
So that's what I feel like I do to help artists. I bring different platforms.
Yeah.
I do radio. I have several
Yeah.
radio shows. I've been on My Radio Chicago
Okay.
going on 5 years now.
Okay. That's what's up.
Yes, my anniversary is in October. I started in I guess it's 4 years, 2020. Unless I'm pushing the years up, but I was thinking about school because I was 2019, but 2020. I started my radio show with My Radio Chicago. So salute to Shy Blizz.
Yeah.
I always definitely been like one of my mentors, you know, in radio. Always been there helping out with everything. So with these platforms, like My Radio Chicago is one of the #1 independent radio stations in Chicago, helping to put independent artists on. You know what I mean? So with the award shows, with the meet and greets, like it's events that go through My Radio Chicago, so many things, like people's songs have really blown up in the city because of the station.
Definitely.
Now I have my show. It's the Afternoon Rendezvous every Tuesday, 3 to 5 p.m. I take people on a midday ride, you know. I have artists or politicians or whoever. I do interviews on there and bring exposure to different things plaguing our city. I talk about violence, you know, I do polls. I've had game shows like Battle of the Sexes on the show, you know what I mean, where just all these different things. I also am on Boss Talk. That's Megastar's show on Thursday. 3 to 5 p.m. I co-host that show with him. That's more with taking quotes and talking about business and what's going on within the industry. Interviews as well, always independent music. But other than that, the Fleet Radio Network, being on there, like I do a lot of media outlets. You know what I mean, through radio, television, red carpet work. I call myself the young Oprah. You know what I mean? Oprah Winfrey has always been
I can
like
see that
idol. You know, like since the 80s. Like I loved Oprah. You know what I mean? I love that interview style. I love the classiness. So I'm definitely the modern day Oprah. That's what I call myself. So I love doing red carpet work. I love interviewing people, bringing out their highlights and you know, and their joys and the things that bring them passion in life and really making people shine. That's what I like to do. Give people the floor to really, you know, get their exposure out there, bring happiness to them.
That's dope
stuff. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about, girl. Oh, y'all. Man, y'all don't understand how much it is a joy to hear when people do stuff like this, because this is why we have people like this on the show, to in turn help you. Come on. If you're going to tune in and watch something, you going to get something. And if they missed it, it's on them, ain't it?
Yes.
It's on them. Jesus. Well, girl, we ended this right at the right time. We right at this mark here. So go ahead. You can talk right in that camera. Let the people know where to find you, everything you're affiliated in, girl. Get it. Go.
All right. I am your girl, Ms. Minah Brown Diva, the Assistant State Manager for the Illinois Fleet DJs and the Rise for Life Management and Loud Money Music Group Executive Director. I want you guys to make sure you follow me on all social media at Ms. Minah_Brown Diva. Basically, MZMI. You'll find me, or go to the website MsMinahBrownDiva.com. Come step into my world, see everything that I have going on, and find out how I can help you to get more exposure and elevation for whatever you have going on. Thank you, Jeff.
Girl, it is no problem. It was my pleasure to have you here on the Redirect, Regroup, Refocus podcast. And it's your boy, Life Coach Jeff, with Miss Minah Brown Diva. It has been a joy. So, all right, y'all, we definitely gonna have you back.
Okay,
you're gonna have to come back.
I would love to come back.
Please,
let me back in
please.
Here.
So, all right, y'all. Like I said, it's your boy, Life Coach Jeff, coming to you. Remember, Redirect, Regroup, Refocus. We love y'all so very much, and it has been another great show. And peace out.